today's adventure, we're driving out to the west coast of Vancouver Island. I'm with friends and family, and we're gonna hike down to the Pacific Ocean and camp at a backcountry campsite where we're gonna do some fishing, eat some food, and have a good time.
Oh, thanks, you're heavy. Let's carry it.
It's a little steeper than I remember. It was muddy.
So just straight down?
Hello.
It's just water. Making such a nice fire tonight.
This spot here might be good, but it looks like it got hammered with bull kelp. This is all dried up kelp. We made it, Autumn. I think this is going to be our camp spot. Well, if you have loose sand, it's good to put rocks on your pegs. That'll keep them from coming out. Well, we walked a little ways down the beach hoping we'd find a spot where we could fit all three, and on our way down we talked to a guy who was nice enough to offer some space here, so we kind of moved in on him a little bit, but we're at the far end. Our spot's close to the outhouse and close to the bear cache. This is a food cache to keep bears away.
Oh yeah.
We've probably only got about an hour and a bit of light left, so probably should get started on supper, figure out what I'm gonna do, and then hopefully fishing in the morning. I'm gonna do some Sapporo Ichiban with some korma curry. Got the korma in the water, and once the korma's warmed up, I'm gonna throw the Ichiban in the water, soften up the noodles, throw the korma on top. We ended up going 2 packs of Ichiban, and the korma's been added. Whew. Okay, yeah, it's like curry spaghetti. So we hiked into the beach about maybe 3 or 4K in. We've got our campsite set up. We made some dinner, and it's getting a little bit dark now. Tomorrow morning I'm hoping to get out and go fishing nice and early, but I'm gonna get up, eat some breakfast, and go look for some rockfish, and hopefully make some fish tacos. What do you think? Fish taco for lunch? Gotta put your food in the bear cache. Look at all those snacks. Well, the day is done. It's time for me to go to bed.
pretty funny. He's
give a little tour of the mansion here. Not bad. This is actually a 3-person tent, believe it or not. It's a company that's gone out of business now, I think. But it weighs like, it's either just below 2 pounds or just over 2 pounds. It's a nice tent though, freestanding. Works. I've had it for probably 6 or 7 years.
So I just scarfed down some oatmeal and some coffee. Now I'm heading down the beach to hopefully find a spot to cast my line, find some rockfish, or maybe even a lingcod. The lake's coming to join me. She's bringing chips. The tide's low. We're walking on the seafloor here. I'm hoping just beyond those rocks there's a bit of a bay where maybe the ocean's a little calmer, and I can cast a rod in there and hopefully try to catch something. Mushroom rock.
Mushroom rock.
The waves are a bit much. I was debating going out on this rock, but I don't know, I might just wait it out and then maybe at the change of the tides it'll calm down a little bit, but we'll see. Oh, no. I got the world's smallest tackle box with too much stuff in it. First cast, we'll see how we do here. I got my rescue swimmer on standby in case I fall in. Snag. This will work. So, I'm gonna try something here. And get this thing out of here. Hey, it broke. Well, that's one lure gone. I'm gonna throw this big swim bait Mr. Twister thing on, and then probably hook the hook into it so it doesn't get a snag. Hopefully. Working it around that curve. You gotta be careful with these things though, they're so sharp. All right, cast number 4. Let's see how this works. Oh, I got another snag on like the 6th cast. It felt like a fish. It's kind of crazy. Ah, it broke. Here goes another one. All right, changing it up. I'm gonna go with a Buzz Bomb. It's a little lighter, with 2.5 inch orange little tip. and an orange bead in the bottom with a bumper and a treble hook. Don't want to lose another lure, but I'm gonna keep casting. We're here. All right, so went back to camp, had a couple snacks, and now I'm heading back down the beach to try my attempt at fishing for the second time. There was a new guy just down the beach for me, and he offered me some herring. So he gave me a chunk of herring here, or a whole herring really. It's a bit tricky not knowing the topography. I mean, you can check on maps, but until you get here, you don't really know what it's going to be like. Comes to shore fishing. I was hoping for a little bit of a bay that I could, you know, it might be a little bit calm, that I could jig for rockfish or lingcod, but there's some pretty decent waves right now, so that's making it a little bit tricky. The water's pretty murky. Whew, it's slippery. It's a nice sea urchin here. Get hungry enough, maybe I'm eating sea urchin. Well, I'm back to where I was before. It's really the only viable spot I've found, so I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna put a bigger weight on, and then I'm gonna take a chunk of herring and kind of surround my treble hook in that herring, and hopefully that'll keep me from getting snags. And then hopefully I can keep that heavy weight out there, and it'll just sit, or I'll jig it slightly. We got herring on a treble hook, and then we got the bumper, the bead, and then a big old 5-inch buzz bomb. This thing probably weighs, I don't know, 8 ounces or more. I'll try this a couple more times, but this might be a bust. This is a bust. I just lost another lure. The water's really cool. This one looks like it goes actually all the way through. Oh yeah, look at that. Get low. I'm in the cave. How cool is that? Well, it's definitely a nice day, even though there's not really a great fishing spot here. This is beautiful. There's so much kelp in this water. I don't think there's any chance I'm not losing this lure. Oh my God! Jesus Christ. I just fell in a hole probably about 1.5 feet deep. Holy cow. Woo! That's a deep one. There's all these crazy holes here. You gotta be careful. Nice spot to stash a fish if I caught one. I think it's probably too rough. Some hikers down there. This is part of a 47-kilometer trail. There's a waterfall over here. I'm gonna go check it out. Oh my gosh, this is slippery. Oh my God. Maybe I can wash the herring off my hands. It's so hard to get that herring smell off your hands. If you've never dealt with herring, it's the stinkiest thing in the world. Well, I'm gonna throw a few casts here and probably lose this lure and then head back to camp. That felt like bites, honestly. I'm gonna get it out there and let it sit again. Break? Oh no. There goes lure number 5, but I think I was actually getting bites and then I got hung up on some kelp. I don't know for sure, but it might have been current tugging on it like that, but it's awfully weird. Unfortunately, I left the herring like 300 meters down the beach, and I'm gonna head back there and try to grab it. Hopefully a seagull or mink didn't pick it up yet. That guy was nice enough to give me some herring and I just left it here on the rock, but it's still here, so I'm gonna give this one more attempt. I'm gonna tie up a rig and then head back down to that spot and let something really get a hold of this, hopefully. That big or so. All right, buzz bomb. These things are labeled. This is a 4-inch one. But you'll see there's a little thing that says hook that way. So it goes on your line this way. It looks symmetrical, but it's slightly off. They come with the rubber stopper, or the bumper, I guess you'd call it. But they don't come with this bead. I put the bead on because I find it helps the buzz bomb rotate, because you get a little more friction on the rubber stopper. So if you put the bead on, it almost acts like a bearing for the buzz bomb to spin. Okay, we'll try that. This will be the 6th lure I lose today. Right behind that rock, there he is. He's hunting. Let's sneak up on him. Come on out, bud. Just want a nice picture of you. All right, this is for real. I'm not gonna say one more cast, but I'm gonna say one more lure and I'm done. All right, this is it. Last lure. lost lure number 6. So that's it for me. I'm gonna head back to camp, probably have some lunch, and we're gonna think about hiking out of here. That's a gooseneck barnacle. It's edible. Back at the Mushroom Rock, we're making our way back. Lost all my lures.
Oh no.
Well, I didn't catch any fish, and I planned on making fish tacos. So instead I'm making pico de gallo, and then I've got a this is just mayonnaise, chipotle, Dijon mustard, and salt and pepper. I'm gonna put that on my hot dogs with some pico de gallo on top. Audrey's brought us fondue.
Extra coated egg crackers.
It's supposed to be afternoon nap time. We are saying goodbye to the beach and heading out. Steep. Too steep. Audrey's got her bionic knee brace on. There's too much pressure in the front. Definitely a western pine.
Now we're like back where we were. No. Yeah.
I'm gonna say western pine always. It's the A one. Starts with an
No.
A. It's a Douglas fir.
Does that look? I quit.
Too much incline. Yeah. We only have to go to the top of that mountain, so. This is heavy with an extra 20 pounds on the front. We're almost at the top of the mountain. That's all easy from here, right? Yeah. Ish. Sarah and Caitlin are down there somewhere. Well, we made it back.